So, second video. RFK Jr. We're developing a universal vaccine. This is your hero? Think about this. Under fair use, let me play you some of this.
Right now, we're developing a universal vaccine at NIH, which is a vaccine that addresses the entire phylum of viruses. And so it's a vaccine that mimics natural immunity. And
what witchcraft fuckery is this? It's a vaccine that mimics natural immunity. Really? Seriously? Oh dear God! How about just the strengthening of natural immunity? You know, like seriously. I think of, for example, British supplements. I've recommended them in the past to have a wee affiliate thing. I've never got a bolt out of it, but then I suspect most people never click on it, you know. But they are a phenomenal company because there's no fillers. There's nothing but the very ingredients that you need, plus a casing. And that's it, yeah? And I absolutely swear by that company because it really is, without a doubt, the best supplement company by and large I've come across in the last few years. No two doubts about it. And from memory, I think I've been going to them for various supplementation for at least about 4 or 5 years. Easy, must be, yeah. But this particular email that he sent out, Chris, has, you know, in the past he's had a few issues, you know, the MHRA, and in his email he says, listen, I'm getting hassled by them big style. Just now it's apparently about D3K2, and somebody does say, listen, feel free to talk about it. Feel free to post this online anywhere and share with friends. And he leaves a link to this, redacted, of course, of the individuals who've sent him it, but, you know. Clean, genuine vitamin D3 K2, the capsules. They're not happy about the 10,000 IU variants of it because they class it as a medicine. Anything that actually, well, I mean, believe me, I've been taking at least, and probably for a lot longer than previous to finding British supplements. At least I would argue probably 10 or more years, about 20,000 IU a day, honestly, of vitamin D3. And on further research, you actually found you need the K2 to fully absorb the D3, and it does so many other things, the K2, not least of which, you know, sorts out hormones and really superb stuff. Absolutely, I would swear to anybody, I would recommend it to anybody, especially those who are depressed, because I actually find that, I mean, they call it the sunshine vitamin for a reason. And remember, I mean, look, the level of denial in people in the UK about how sunny it used to be. When you look at so many seaside towns, there was enough sun to go round during these summer months, yeah, that most people up until the 80s never even thought about going abroad, really, by and large, until all of a sudden it suddenly turned out to be really cheap to travel abroad, yeah. Meanwhile, put so many restrictions and whatever else, expectations from, for UK hotels to carry on and all the rest of it. And let's not forget the last few years, especially as regards, you know, taxation and so many other things. But people don't realise just how successful so many seaside places were, simply because it was a lot sunnier, yeah? I mean, this year's not been too bad, but I still wouldn't say it's exceptional. I mean, you know, people have quoted, and for good reason, the summer of 76, because that was literally months of sun, yeah? But people forget all those open air pools right across the UK. I used to mention it in videos over years. Nobody seems to give a shite about it. But either we were like hardier than the Vikings, or there was a lot more sun over many decades as opposed to what we've got now. And even Bill Gates lately is like, well, we're doing this thing called global dimming. But up until that point, there's no such thing as chemtrails, even although they've been spraying the sky for quite literally decades. And you see, the thing is, if you're dimming the sun, you're dimming people's ability to absorb vitamin D. And 3 is the one. D3. Not D, but D3. There's a big difference, yeah? But now they're going after British supplements because they're selling 10,000 IU. And I have been, hand on heart, I have been taking 20,000 IU a day for at least 10 years or more. Absolutely recommend it, especially at the young team. I mean, if they're in their 20s, maybe try out 10,000 IU a day. See how you feel, blah, blah, blah. Honestly. Official government recommendation from memory, and this goes back years, it was something like 400 IU, which is 1/10 of what the minimum you need. But this is about eugenics. Meanwhile, it's like, hey, global epidemic alarm as China virus spreads to new country and record-shattering outbreak. And of course, you know what they've already got in the bag. Even the UK variants of masonry signed up for this. Well, it's out of our hands, and if the WHO says we need a lockdown, well, it's out of our hands. Seriously, which part of we're already in world government do we miss? But yeah, you could say, Scott, what the hell are you saying about this? Can you prove any of it? But no, here's RFK Jr., your hero.
And it is effective against any kind of mutation, so it doesn't drive the virus to mutate. And it could be effective. We believe it's going to be effective about...
Oh, he's doing that old Tony Blair, we believe. Not we know, because there's a very different aspect of that in law. If you go into a court and you say, hey, bang of rights, you said you knew, and that's not the case. But if you say you believe, well, that's okay. It's how Tony Blair's still out of jail. Seriously, I believe there was weapons of mass destruction. You could say him off at tangents, but we are dealing with an interconnected death cult, no matter what side of the spectrum you think you can see. Yeah? Seriously. Left, right, wings of the same bird. It's about interconnected death cults and eugenics. And a willful ignorance in the public. Anyway, as you know, as normal, it's a cheery vid. Please feel free to share, subscribe, thumb it up, make a comment. And I'll speak to you soon.